Donald Trump's sudden readiness to reset relations with India stems from several intertwined factors: recent trade hostilities, geoeconomic realities, India's assertive stance, and broader strategic calculations. His pivot signals a pragmatic recognition that the earlier confrontational approach was counterproductive given India's rising global stature and his own foreign policy priorities. Trump's most recent tough stance toward India focused on trade and energy issues. In August 2025, his administration imposed punitive tariffs, 50% on Indian goods, ostensibly to penalize New Delhi for its continued purchases of Russian oil, despite U.S. opposition. In public and on social media, Trump aggressively claimed that the U.S. was losing India and Russia to deepest, darkest China, referencing imagery from regional summits where Modi, Putin, and Xi Jinping appeared united. This was amplified by administration officials like Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who publicly demanded that India pick a side and predicted that India would soon apologize and try to make a deal with Trump. India refused to buckle under pressure, framing U.S. measures as unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. Officials, including Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, made clear India would continue buying Russian oil based on its national interest, not foreign dictation. Former diplomats and policy experts highlighted that India, as a civilizational state, prefers friendship but will not submit to unilateral or coercive tactics. India's posture sent a clear message. It seeks strategic autonomy and engagement with multiple partners, be it the U.S., Russia, or China, while resisting outside interference, particularly in decisions with economic or security ramifications. Trump realized that aggressive trade measures and public rebukes were unlikely to persuade India or reverse its decisions, a conclusion reinforced by India's consistent firmness and growing international profile. Analysts point out that the U.S.-India partnership is critical for counterbalancing China, a bedrock of post-Cold War U.S. strategy in Asia, making a long-term rupture costly for U.S. interests. India's expanding diplomatic engagement, especially its visible bonhomie with Russia and China at recent summits, likely prompted Trump to reassess the wisdom of isolating New Delhi at a time when strategic competition with China dominates Washington's foreign policy. Trade friction was creating a wedge that risked undoing decades of careful U.S. investment in India's rise as a regional and global player. Trump's style of foreign policy is marked by dramatic swings, tough posturing followed by public overtures of friendship, often based on personal calculus. His change of tone, referencing a special relationship and reiterating admiration for Prime Minister Modi, fits a pattern where confrontation gives way to personalized rapprochement when initial threats have failed to deliver concessions. The fact that Modi responded respectfully but cautiously, reciprocating Trump's positive assessment without publicly addressing friendship, underscored India's wait-and-watch approach. There is growing pressure within the U.S. business and strategic community to avoid escalating trade wars with friendly, democratic partners. Tariffs on India were hurting American exporters and investors, and undermining broader coalitions like the Quad Group, U.S., India, Japan, Australia, that Washington leverages to check Chinese expansion. Internationally, Trump's bid for a Nobel Peace Prize was undermined by his claim of brokering peace between India and Pakistan, assertions rejected by New Delhi. India refused to credit Washington for a May 2025 ceasefire, preferring bilateral management of its security issues. This snub added another layer to the friction accumulating from diverging narratives and interests. Trump's change of mind is driven by recognition that India will not surrender to trade threats. Its economic and geopolitical value makes confrontation risky. U.S. pressure has failed. Trade and strategic interests require engagement. Personal rapport with Modi offers a channel for dialogue in uncertain times. His recalibrated stance is an opening gambit, aimed at halting the downward spiral, signaling willingness to negotiate, and preventing India's further tilt toward alternative partnerships, especially with China and Russia. Thank you for watching. If you found the video insightful, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.